Well, since you have a story behind your beverage, Flex, we'll do yours first.
Yeah, or we can just never do it.
He's actually worried he's going to forget it. That's why.
Yeah. Very paranoid now. Welcome in, everybody. It's the Craft Beer Republic. Thanks for drinking. Thanks for joining. I am Greg, and I'm being joined by the man who lets his kids pick out his beer, and that is Flex. What's up, big fella?
That's a perfectly normal Midwestern thing to do.
In fact, it's abnormal that they're not drinking it.
Right, exactly.
They even have the cashiers give them Tootsie Rolls.
Do they really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you still sign a note for them to go down and pick you up beer even though you're not there?
I think they got to be like 12 for that.
Give it a couple of years.
They have standards.
It'll be sending them on beer trips.
10 is a little too young for that.
Oh, and then from the Midwest of California, we're being joined by the Shady Sailor herself. And that is Erica. What's cracking?
Not much, everyone. I was definitely one of those kids who walked to the store to get my mom's cigarettes. So that's a real thing. When you grow
that
up
would
in the
never
country.
fly here in California. I don't care what year it is.
Yeah, that's so.
Yeah, I was trying
memories.
to think. I don't think I ever got to do that.
Got to. Yeah, it's a little treat because your mom will give you an extra nickel for a now and later.
Yeah, my parents didn't smoke, so I didn't get the opportunity to try it. The closest, like, getting the extra nickel thing I came to was like my dad would get hammered, and I'd go ask him for a couple bucks to like run over to Carl's. At the time, we lived really close to Carl's Jr. It'd be like midnight. They're open late. Like, I got a couple bucks for a couple of like dollar cheeseburgers, you know, and sorry, I only have $1. And I'm like, all right, I'll make it work. And it was like 20.
Dig through the couch.
Yeah, so that
Thanks,
happened a couple of times. Yeah, thanks, drunk dad. So that happened a couple of times, but let's not talk about that. He listens to the show. So
I hope he texts you after the show and says you're welcome.
He's gonna be like, "You owe me $18."
No, give me $18.
And you didn't bring me any? Yeah, like why didn't you bring some back?
Like, where's my change, you little
$1
shit?
For every brewery in North Dakota that Flex didn't know there was.
Fair.
Perfect.
Sold. I'll even throw in the ones he did know about. All right. So much to get to tonight. I've got some research to talk about. We got some booze news to get to. Some more follow-up from the Anchor sale that we talked about last week.
Drop Anchor.
Drop Anchor, not Trow. And
should have been the headline there.
oh, yeah. That'll be the name of the show. Drop Anchor, not Trow. I'm sure that'll attract all the listeners. And so much more. But before we get to anything else, and before I forget once again, let's ask the most important question of the night.
In a world where craft beer is king, a world where muscles are bigger than growlers, only one tongue can guide us. One man, one tongue, one tongue jobber. In this world, we must find out what is Flex drinking.
You know, every time I hear that, it just makes me wonder when you sent this to this guy. It's like, what the fuck is a tongue jobber?
Yeah, he definitely took that one home to his friends. Was like, dude, guess what request I got today?
I hope he Googled it.
You know, it's just like, do you know where it like derived from? This is where it's like
no.
You know, like a thing of a jigger bobber, right? Like a
sure.
Like
I mean, is that a
thingy.
Midwest? But that was just a you thing. It's not like a Midwestern thing, right?
No, like nobody actually says tongue jobber,
Right.
but it's like, oh, what's that jobber over there?
Yeah,
you know,
the thing
it's
of a bobber.
yeah, so it's like your tasty thing, like your tongue jobber.
Your tasty thing. That sounds like something
it's
else.
the thing that does the tasting.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's it can't be the weirdest request he's received for voiceovers.
You know what? That makes me feel better because you're absolutely probably right.
Yeah. Hopefully
Okay.
top 10.
So, fun beer story here. Blacklist Brewing Company. I hate them.
That was a fun story.
Yeah. They swindled me pretty good a few years back, man. I bought Blacklist Brewing. This is probably about 5 years ago. And it was their hazy IPA or juicy IPA. One of those. And I was pretty psyched to get it, right? I like Midwest beer. I don't even just like, Wisconsin beer, but I like, the Minnesota, Illinois, just
Represent.
all the good Midwest beer, right? So I got home and I poured out a can. I'm like, all right, let's get this hazy IPA a try. It was fucking terrible. It was a can full of malt.
Oof.
And it tasted like burnt garbage.
Mm.
And I hadn't bought their beer since.
Wow. They gave you the shits too?
I don't remember. It was 5 years ago, so probably. It's one of those things that you don't want to remember is like the malty shits,
Fair. Yeah. It's a real thing. And they're awful.
Yeah. Just if you're backed up, just eat a spoonful of malts and
okay. Noted.
So any weasels. I broke my own algorithm. I bought a beer solely based on can art. So I showed this to you guys already, but it's Nectaron Prime.
It's cool can art.
And it's got a pineapple transformer creature on it. It's really sweet. Hops all in the background. And it says New England IPA. So it doesn't say juicy, it doesn't say hazy. So New Englands are a little fruitier, they're murkier. And this one, what does it say here? Nectaron and Mosaic hops. So that's another reason I bought it, because those are both banging hops, right?
Yep.
Sure.
Mosaic, fucking classic.
Yeah.
Nectaron, upcoming, nice aromas, nice flavors. So the old Untapped, this must be pretty new too, right? So 355 check-ins, that's it. 3.89, so it can't be too terrible.
Sure.
The description reads, calling all hopheads. Nectaron Prime has been sent here to save the human race from a severe lack of juicy, hazy, here we go, they're saying it, juicy, hazy, goodness. Roll out. This New England IPA with Nectaron and Mosaic hops will sure transform your taste buds. See what they did there? Man, that was pretty good. Well, we'll take a little sniffy sniff. Man.
This is one of the few times that Flex has not tried the beer before the show starts.
Oh, yeah. Can we please? Yes, that definitely has to be mentioned. Is the reason I'm reviewing first today, which I never do, is because I didn't want to taste the beer until I reviewed it. So it does smell a little bit malty.
Oh,
it looks hazy.
It's definitely hazy. It's actually got a nice color to it.
Yeah.
When I
looks appropriate.
Looks really
when I cracked the can open, it was real pungent, like citrus aromas spewing out of the can, a little pineapple in there. And now it just smells like some malt. So
oh dear.
I can't wait.
I'm really nervous about this. 5 years in the waiting. You have not given him a chance. For 5 years.
And here we go. We're gonna warm up the old tongue jabber here.
Don't do one wrong to Flexi, guys. 5 years.
Right.
It's dark in there.
Without further ado.
Bated breath.
Mm-mm.
I've seen worse faces.
I don't know. I'm thinking this is going to go dark.
Okay.
Oh, don't do that. You don't. Take another drink.
Hold on.
He's killing us. Come
Further
on.
research required.
Okay. So there is some lingering malt undertones here. It has some spritzy carbonation to it. It is a lighter body IPA, and it's only like a 6.7% ABV. So you expect that a little bit with the light body. You get some citrus, you get pineapple coming through. After that, there's some real nasty bitterness to this.
Like nasty in a good way?
No, like super lingery, like
like the malt's making it stick, and
like I'm gonna have to brush my teeth.
Oh dear, this is not going in the right
bed.
direction.
This is taking a turn.
This was a poor purchase. Poor purchase.
That is
so they
sad.
have not redeemed themselves.
Zero redemption here.
In light of the Transformer theme was cool. That was cool.
I tried.
Right?
Yeah.
Can art was
cool.
Can art was cool.
From Minnesota, they're fucking Midwest.
How much was the 4-pack?
I told you I broke my algorithm.
Oh no!
That's what I'm getting to.
They spanked you on this one.
It's under 7%, and I spent like $18 on the 4-pack.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Wisconsin
Not
money.
like
That's like 24, or compared to
Like
California.
$300. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it only hit one of your 3 pillars of the algorithm.
Yeah. This was.
And it was It reflected that.
I can admit to my mistakes.
Takes a big man.
Yeah.
I was simply, just trying to give a brewery another shot, and
Disappointing.
I'll just never ever do it again.
It's not like 5 years, then 10 years. It's like 5 years, no years. We're done.
No, I mean,
We're done.
yeah, 2 years. I mean, I'm gonna finish this just because that's Mama didn't raise no fool.
Oh God, it's so bad.
It's so bad.
Uh-oh.
This one isn't. It's not like 0 out of 10, but it's like a 2 out of 10.
Ooh.
But you're not going to pour it out. You're going to drink it.
Yeah, because I mean, like money don't grow on trees.
Yeah.
Touche. I mean, it does, but yeah.
Mondays are good days,
Yeah. In a good mood.
Going for the second round.
Just chug it.
Yeah.
Hey, can I bring up something Transformer related?
Yes.
So Megatron, you guys were telling me. So like at
Football
Universal
player.
Studios,
Oh.
when we were there, because this was like a Transformer beer.
It needs to be known that
did you
Fletcher
just pound
pounded
that? Did you just pound that?
Yes, excuse me.
Yeah.
That was a bad decision.
Oh, and you were talking about the malt shits, right? So here we go.
Hey, can we get Flex a new microphone, please? This one is destroyed.
Seriously.
Oh my God, that face.
That's terrible.
I heard they recently decided to add more hops to it.
You need to chase that with something.
I have nothing else.
Oh no. Why?
Oh, that's bad. It's like I don't have taste buds anymore.
Do we need to pause so you get another beverage, or you
Yeah.
get it? Or?
You might need to. He's doing like the...
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Okay. Oof, man, that was hard to watch.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Don't buy this beer.
That doesn't
it
happen
looks
often,
really
right?
cool, but just don't do it.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm
Sorry,
really
Erica.
I was gonna tell you about Megatron. Okay, because this is pretty hilarious. They have different Transformers at Universal Studios that'll be all dressed up, and like they'll stand in front of this one area and they'll interact with the guests and get their photos taken. Well, Megatron is a total asshole. That's his thing, right? So he is like hilarious, just riffing and ripping on everyone from like 2-year-old kids to like 70-year-old men. So it's like in front of us, we're waiting in line to get our photo taken with them. There was a little kid that was dressed like Luigi. There's like Mario and Luigi because like that's part of Universal too. And these kids are like 3 or 4 years old, and he's looking at that kid, and this is a gigantic robot, like probably double my size, and I'm 5'12". I mean, he's huge. So he is just like, hey, so you're Luigi, huh? So you're like second best, huh, little buddy? And he's just like going off on this little kid, and thank goodness the kid had like a good sense of humor. So he'd like puff up his chest and look at him, and he's like, oh, you little squirt. And he's like flicking him. And I mean, it was hilarious. He was ripping on everyone. Have you heard about this?
A fun job.
I've never heard of it. No.
He was so witty and just like right on with every person that came up. He would just have something to say, like, So anyways, you got to find Megatron at Universal. It was quite entertaining.
I want that job. I want to just sit there and get paid to talk shit to people.
That's all he does.
Yeah. I give it away for free right now.
I would just try to insult his lack of metal genitalia and see what his comeback would be after that.
Oh, yeah. Right. I wonder, because he was getting like, I was like, he was a little edgy. So he may bring it back. You never know. I was impressed. I mean, it's Universal. It's not Disney, right? So you never know.
That's true.
They got some room to play.
The Simpsons and like Duff Beer and all that stuff. So you never know.
Ain't no rules in Transformers.
No. We ain't classy in Universal like we are at Disneyland.
Do they have any good beer at Universal? Speaking of Duff beer.
All the beer I had was like the Duff beer, which was fun and, whatever, just kind of like light beer. So I don't know otherwise. That's all I had.
Nostalgia-ish, right?
So much. I mean, The Simpsons, come on. I mean, that's my childhood. Talk about watching things before you were ready.
Yeah. I had Duff beer in Spain when I was in Spain years and years ago.
Seriously?
We were at this place and they had Duff beer, and I'm sure huge trademark infringement happening.
Right, rip off, right.
Like there's no way they were paying for the rights, but somewhere there's a picture of me on Facebook from like 2009 drinking Duff beer in Spain.
That's awesome.
Whoa.
That's, I'll have to find it.
I was impressed that it actually exists, right? That they actually made a Duff beer.
Yeah.
Of course they needed to.
Which in Spain it's called El Duff.
El Duff, yeah.
Right.
Good point. A concert that we were recently at had like Danny Elfman which I was like, it's like a rock concert, all day rock concert. And I'm like,
Danny
Danny
Elfman.
Elfman.
Boingo or something?
Yes, but he's also a composer, right? And he like
Right.
composed all those like weird
Nightmare
music.
Before Christmas.
Yes.
That's what he's from. Okay.
Oh my gosh, he's the weirdest dude. Like
He's also the voice of Jack Skellington.
Voice of Jack Skellington. I knew
Yeah.
that.
yes. And he's like super pale redhead dude with tattoos, and he was wearing sweatpants. Like someone like if he went by in a van, I'd be like, dude,
Stay away
don't
from my
go
kids.
near that van.
Yeah.
Like seriously. But he was singing, and anyways, he did the Simpsons theme song. Like, oh yeah. So they at the
like
concert,
he did the original one?
yes.
No shit. I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
they were like we were just sitting there eating like our like burger or whatever. Because like, well, let's just chill during Danny Elfman. You don't need to be up close for Danny Elfman. You just listen. And they have a little orchestra there, and it was like do 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 do. And I was like,
Das
oh my
fuck?
gosh! And then you think about the credits, it was like, oh, Danny Elfman. So so much is connected to
That is so bizarre.
Anyways.
I'm sure Deb is screaming at her podcast player right now. She's
Oh.
a huge Simpsons fan. Like, you didn't know it was fucking Danny Elfman.
I know, right? Oh, I love The Simpsons. Oh,
I love when Deb gets mad too.
right?
Mad Deb is a blast.
I love it.
She talks good shit.
Like you stand no chance.
No, nobody stands
Zero.
chance. Yeah.
Oh, she would not give you 5 years, would she?
No.
No.
She'd give
No redo.
Megatron a run for his money. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
right.
Yeah.
Crap.
So.
Roll.
Well, Flex, any research besides shit beer going on in your hood?
Oh man. What did I oh there's Eagle Park did a glitter beer. was like a Hefe Weiss just loaded with edible glitter, you know.
So it looks like
Nice.
you're pissing out an STD. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Pride Month thing, and
I see.
it was interesting because I've never had a beer completely like filled with edible glitter.
Sure.
You'd think you would taste the glitter, or it would be somewhat, like.
Do you feel it on your tongue at all?
No,
or
you don't feel anything.
or- Huh.
So then the fun part after that is the bartenders started pouring out some of the seltzers that they do, and then they would just do like a little bit of the Hefeweiss with the glitter in it,
Mm.
and then it would make everything sparkle. So that was kind of fun because then they were playing around with that, like all beer sciencey. So yeah, but other than that, we were just trying to finish out work weeks, and kids just got out of school, last week. So just
Surviving that.
Yeah, it's all survival of the fittest right now, man. If I get a second to myself to just take a breath, it's time worth breathing,
Yeah. Start pounding those vodka bottles that are in your
Yeah, right.
attic and
Yeah.
try to cut
Probably
down
take
on the
those
beer.
out when my wife's not home next time.
Right. It'd be really funny if one time you just like got a bunch of empty vodka bottles and like laid down on the floor like you were passed out and just had them all around you.
Right. Which I got to tell you this too. So, everybody remembers this vodka thing, right? Like in my inner circle,
Sure.
couple outer circles, and we have this crew of dudes, who every Monday we'd be at Eagle Park, and everybody's different, and like this person talked to this person, and this person because they're associated by this guy, and but we're all like this crew, and there's this guy John, a single guy, does photography for like a hobby, right?
Mhm.
So he always
Nerd.
brings his laptop up, huge nerd. Always brings his laptop up, and he like just edits pictures, and he actually usually drinks soda and rarely ever drinks alcohol, but he will get like lunch. And without a doubt, like he will make some quirky remark regarding me having a vodka addiction.
Well, we all know you do.
And it makes me laugh so hard that's like sunk in this person's mind. Somebody who I see every 2 weeks, and it's just fucking wild to me.
I just can't get over the fact that there was a fucking stash
Oh my gosh.
of empty vodka bottles in your walls. Like
Well, the
not a
best part-
small stash either.
The best part is, so this October we'll be in this house for 5 years,
Yeah, that
which
took a
means
while.
it took 4.5 years for us to know
Yeah.
those were even there.
Yeah. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go back a couple months. And we also posted a picture on our gram at Crappy Republic, or multiple pictures of Flex pulling vodka bottles out of the
Yeah, I
fucking
found
walls.
20 empty vodka bottles in my basement ceiling.
Yeah. And only 18 of them were his.
You can't make that
Weird.
up.
Yeah.
That's-
Cannot.
Cannot.
Hey, Flex, you'll be so proud of me.
I'm always proud of you. Don't say it like that.
Well, I did some workout things. I wasn't like pumping iron or anything, but
did you wear the short shorts?
I mean, of course.
Okay.
Enegren.
I went from 6 to midnight. I'm sorry.
Enegren out here, Enegren Brewing started this thing called the Lager Joggers.
Okay.
And it's like a beer running club, and they had their first thing a week or so ago. And we showed up at like 10 in the morning. We ran a few miles, and then we got half off our beer.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, didn't cost anything, and other than the beer. And it was kind of fun.
You used to run, didn't you? Like a marathons or something like that? Or
I've done a couple of Disney half marathons,
Okay.
and then on the second one I blew out my knee, so I didn't run forever. But then near us there was this running store that would do these like scavenger hunt runs, and so basically the further you went, the more tickets you got from these scavenger hunts,
Oh,
and then
that's cool.
you had to run back by a certain time, enter in all your tickets, and then you win prizes. And they also had beer garden, so I was motivated by both free shit and beer to do these runs. And then for insurance reasons, they stopped, unfortunately. So I'm excited to have a new reason to run, and I'm part of the Lager Joggers.
Is super
that's
exciting.
So cute.
Yeah, it's a great name too, the Lager Joggers.
And you like alliteration, which that's not, or like, like the rhymey,
Yeah.
catchy, the Wayne Wambles kind of shit. So that's cool.
And his arch nemesis Shane Shambles.
I like lager joggers. That's like very fitting for you. I like it.
Yeah. So if anybody's out in my hood in Thousand Oaks, check out Enegren for the schedule. But they're going to start off with once a month. They said they might bump it up to twice a month and eventually every weekend if people
Heck
are
yeah, if you
interested.
get enough people, I think that's such a cool thing to do.
Yeah, it was dope. We went out, took the dog.
A wine bar in our downtown village area here that would do it like every Wednesday or Thursday night or something like that. And that was when we lived in like the village area. And on the sidewalks all around town, because it was like this big circle that was like the community and then like the old historic downtown, and they would like spray paint arrows and like shit on the sidewalks around the circle, and it was a big deal. I mean, they would have like fucking 40 people every Thursday night, and we lived right off like the sidewalk route.
Oh, that's cool.
And just 40 people just fucking running by, different, amount of people in groups, because not all 40 runners were the same level. But just anything to incorporate, physicality, people bettering themselves, even if you're going to celebrate it with alcohol.
Yeah.
It's a lager, it's locale.
Honestly, you don't know if it sparks something, it gets you back going to something that you used to do, or makes you realize, wow, I feel better doing this, or hey, maybe if I do this 3 times a week, and you get the beer present, when you do it once a month or twice a month, and I really do. I think that's so fucking great.
Yeah. And in fact, it inspired us. Later that week, we were walking the dog, and we're like, why don't we do a little running so we don't look like such assholes at the lager joggers? So yeah, it was good times. I'm going to drink either way. Might as well get a little workout.
Might as well do a
before I do
little
it.
running. That's the first. I didn't know they exist until it was the first event that invited my business to come, was the Sloppy Moose Running Club, and they have like you said, Sloppy Moose. I don't know. It's like someone's dog's name they named it after. It was really cute. But they are very legit. They have coordinated shirts and they have coordinated runs and all this stuff. But they had like their award ceremony, and so we had like different neck nosh for like their gold medal was like neck nosh. And yeah, anyways, I thought it was really cool because like these people are a real community. Like they don't take themselves too seriously with their running, but they do it more than one day a week. But like it's not like they're jerks about it.
Right.
So that's kind of cool.
Oh, you don't do a 6-minute mile? Fuck you.
Like flex it, they're
No, I can't run. I can't run for shit. I can't.
I can't either.
I'm around like an 11-minute mile myself.
That's a good day for me.
You ever see that episode of Friends where Phoebe runs?
Oh, and she just flails around.
Super yeah, that's me. That's like, and I'm not even being sarcastic. Like, that's 100% me. I remember PE, my PE teacher being like, whoa, look at crazy legs over there. I was like, yeah, small town, you get away with that shit. So, yeah, I'm not a runner.
You're like, I never learned how to run.
I didn't are you supposed to learn this stuff? Like nobody taught me. I don't know.
Pretty natural.
Pretty natural.
Not for me. No, not everything.
It's like walking, but faster,
What?
So
See, Flex, where were you when I was like in 3rd grade? I mean,
you know what? Now I'm intrigued to see how you walk.
Yeah. Yeah. Super. Like, yeah.
It's like running, but in slow mo. Just her arms flail slower. Right. I've seen it. You know,
it's
we're walking around GABF and just real slow arm flailings.
Yeah. Just knock things over as I go. Kind of like a awkward orangutan.
Yeah, she handed out at least 3 black eyes. It was really,
it's cool. I'm used
really
to it.
violent. So
she GABF record.
Yeah. Apologizes everywhere she goes. Yeah.
I own it. You know, when you hit this age, it's like, what do you do?
It's true. Remember we went, McDreamy was like, I'm so sorry, I'm a doctor. Do you need
he walks in front of me with a sign like, oh.
You're not concussed. You're fine. Okay, good.
My wife never learned how to walk properly.
Nobody taught her.
Don't blame me.
She's behind him like full confidence, like, here we go.
Fake it till you make it.
Paper bag on his head.
It says not McDreamy on it. Yeah. So, but hey, you know what? Not a running show.
No, it's not. Or walking.
I do enjoy people who still put in the work, and work out and don't take it as such like just because you work out doesn't mean you can't drink beer or
right.
There's no reason for that.
Whatever it takes to get you to sweat.
Right. 100%.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Whatever gets you hard, man, just
You're telling me. Yeah, that's why I keep Flex around. And before I forget, because I forgot last week, this week, top listening city of last week, Muskego, Wisconsin.
Come on.
I shit you not.
That's wild.
How far is that from you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's where Eagle Park is.
What?
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Hey, how the French fries, guys?
Send them this way, please.
Well, you said fish fries? Is that what you said?
How are the French fries?
Oh, the French fries. Yes. They're
or the fish fries.
Fish fries, sure.
Fish fries are for Fridays. Yeah, exactly. So.
And then hot ham Sundays. Is that a thing? Anywhere else?
Nope. Just you.
Okay.
Yeah. Just you. So
just making sure.
Yeah. But back to the running thing, I will say I did a real nice job fucking up my knees doing all this running lately.
Okay.
Which made for a fun time wakeboarding over the weekend. I was like, oh, my knees are on fire. But like my core felt better. Like I didn't get as tired as I normally do, other than my knees wanting to murder me for myself.
For the age we are, that's a normal thing.
The fact that I can still bend them at all is a miracle.
I'm on a daily Advil intake now. Because of my shoulders. They're just they're like 100-year-old shoulders and a 35-year-old body.
Yeah, you've done some damage, I bet, with all that weight.
It's just it happens, Greg.
You're telling me, man. You are. My doctor as a kid told me, he's like, you're going to have fucked up knees because I grew so quickly. When I was in like 6th grade, I shot up like 9 inches. He's like, yeah, your knees are going to be bad for the rest of your life. I was like, oh, good. Good news. He's a good doctor. He was right.
Do you still see him?
No, I don't. I should. I should track him down and be like, hey, you're right.
Yeah, you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so.
Gosh, neither of you hit 40 yet either, and you're all complaining. Ooh, you have some surprises waiting for you.
Cannot wait.
My body's already there.
My body. Anyways, knees suck right now, but I did do some more wakeboarding. Didn't do any beer research while I was up in Paso, which I know Firestone's there. Do some beer research. You know what else is there? Some really tasty wines. We drank a bunch of tasty wine.
Every time you go to Paso, you always hit up the wine.
Yeah, honestly, we're wine club members at like 3 or 4 places up there. So we just, between us being wine club members at a couple places and my sister who lives there now being wine club members at a couple places.
She's married, right?
Did you hear she got married? I don't know if we talked about that on the show or not.
Something through the...
why do I always feel like I'm the last to know?
But she's, a couple places. So we do some drinking for free when it comes to wine or discounted at the very least. So,
really?
Yeah.
I would fucking drink wine if it was free.
Well, I mean, you pay for not your membership, but you allotted X amount of bottles per shipment, twice a year, whatever it is. And then you get a free glass of wine every time you go in the winery. So we'll go use our various discounts and free wines and stuff.
Well, I still don't take back. I would still drink wine if it was free.
I'll send you some.
Please don't.
But on the way home, we did
guilt.
stop and do a little research at Transmission Brewing in Ventura, California. And we stopped there because they have some of the best fucking wings ever.
Oh, I love good wings.
I am a wing whore.
What's your go-to flavor?
I mean, generally, like I want a class. I want some fucking buffalo wings. And I want them good.
Okay. I was hoping you'd say that.
They don't do classic wings. In fact, they don't do any sauces for the wings. It's all dry rubs at this place.
I don't hate that.
Generally, I'm against it. They do such a good
Most
job.
guys don't, but
They have a Nashville hot rub that they do. And
Do they smoke them?
They don't smoke them, but they cook them perfectly every time. The Nashville hot is chef's kiss. It's a little spicy, but it's delicious. And pair it with a couple of beers. And I've talked about this before. They have the kids free rooftop deck that you can see the ocean from. So we go up there. There's no kids running around. Sorry, everybody with kids. I know I'm one of the few that doesn't have kids, but it's, I would say it's quiet. It's not quiet, but it's, it's not like some breweries
Civil.
where, it's not like Tarantula Hill where they're running back and forth because it's a
Yeah.
fucking daycare center.
Rooftops are usually kid free.
Yeah, it's kid free. You can bring the dog though.
All along Broadway in Nashville. You
Oh,
can't
yeah.
take-
Are
you
they
can't-
kid-free?
Can't take kids. Yeah.
Ooh, I just booked another Nashville trip. Ugh,
Lucky.
Oh shit. CBR Nashville meetup?
I know. September,
So.
baby.
Let's do it.
Anyways.
Oh, I'll be out of the country in September. We'll talk.
Tell me
off
you're
air.
going to Finland
I
just
was
to
just
check it out. Is this like the free tour? Is this like kind of some negotiations going on?
No. Maybe we can make a stop
Okay.
on the way. I'll ask the pilot to make a left. So had some delicious beers, had some nice ocean views, and had some of the best fucking wings around.
Nice.
So good.
It's a good day.
It's a very nice day. Real quickly, Ludicrous Libation Law. This one comes to us from Virginia, where in Virginia, state law prevents restaurants from advertising their happy hours in the media. A licensed restaurant may advertise its happy hour special on a sign no bigger than 17 by 22 inches. That sign may only note that there is a happy hour or drink specials. However, it may not state what those specials are. And the sign may only be displayed during the specified happy hour time. Otherwise, there is no alcohol advertising permitted in windows of places that sell alcohol.
No.
It's like the Krispy Kreme hot and fresh sign. You can only put it up when it's actually happening.
Wow. Then you have to make it small so only young people with good eyes can see it, not the
Right.
old people. Like, come on, none of this makes sense. I don't even understand.
Virginia's fucking weird. Bunch of rednecks out there.
Yeah, but Virginia is better than West Virginia.
Well, yes, you are correct.
Dude, I would never be caught dead in West Virginia. All those the mountain people, dude, that's scary shit.
Luckily, they haven't figured out how to listen to us yet.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Takes too long on dial-up.
I don't think they have any breweries in
Still
No.
interbreeding. Yeah.
Yeah, they can't fax a podcast, so they haven't figured it out yet.
They can't kill, murder, and eat a podcast, so they haven't figured it out yet.
Is there any state that we haven't pissed off yet? We should make a list so we can
Doing a
make
great
sure
job.
we're equal opportunity haters.
I feel like
Yeah, we should.
Arkansas is like that. They always skate by because we always
Ooh.
rip on Alabama.
Yeah, anytime you bring
Okay.
up Arkansas, we immediately go to Alabama.
Yeah, right. So
Roll
I think
Tide.
that's where like Arkansas. They probably
All right,
we'll
people,
never talk.
send in some
I don't
Arkansas
think
hate.
we'll ever talk shit about them.
Yeah, we'll never talk shit about those cousin fuckers out there.
Wow, there it is. There
Never.
it is.
Not once will we talk shit about how they definitely have sex with family members.
There you
I
go.
thought that was Kentucky, but maybe it's both. So
I think it's
Why discriminate?
yeah, Arkansas is like Kentucky South or something. I think that's what they call it.
it's just like a general region thing. It doesn't have to necessarily
Yeah.
be one state. It's just like
Right,
somewhere
it's
in
kind of like
there.
Tornado Alley.
Right, there you go. Just
Except it's cousin fucking.
inbred alley. I like it.
This is why she's not allowed to tell people that she's on the show when she's on the show.
Am I
She
not?
brought it up.
Oh, that's why my followers keep dropping every
Oh.
time. Damn it.
Oh, sorry about that. Whew. All right, we should quickly move on. and talk about what we're drinking.
Quickly, Greg.
Good name for a beer.
He calls to the bullpen for beer.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta pull it together over here. Woo.
All right. You need some help?
Please.
All right. So Greg and I are drinking the same beer again this time.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Oh, delicious.
Is it a fresh can of Cousin fucking Nelly?
You don't know what I had to do. No. So sad. There's some inbred worms on this can. See, so we've got. That's probably Mega Gummy Worms Hazy Double IPA.
Ooh.
So if you've been on the gram and seen any beer person on the gram, they've probably had the Gummy Worms beer from New Glory Brewery, which
we've had on the show, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have. Yeah, which is in my region here, which is not the cousin humping region of the United States. I'm in NorCal.
Super solid beer.
It's very good beer.
Super solid.
So this Mega is a 9% alcohol beer. It's an Imperial Double, New England, 3.73 on Untapped, which I think it deserves a little better, but I do get kind of partial. So you can tell me what you think, Greg, be honest. But and then it only had 138 check-ins. Do you want me to read the can?
Sure.
Because it's the same as what's on Untapped. Yeah. So we've skillfully captured the essence of your beloved gummy candies, infusing this hazy dippa with big, juicy tropical flavors of candied guava and passion fruit. Psst. No gummies were harmed in the making of this beer. Prepare for the mega bold, mega juicy experience with Mega Gummy Worms.
Yay!
Yay! And
PETA would be pissed if they had gummy worms.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Messing with the worms. I don't know. I love all the gummy worms. It makes me think of when I was a kid, like actual worms, because I was a bumpkin growing up, like you heard on the last episode. Or maybe it was this episode, how I would get my mom cigarettes. But like we would stick a pitchfork in the ground and you'd like fling it and all the worms come up and then you use them to go fishing.
Is that a thing?
That's totally a thing. You like fling the pitchfork and like the worms start coming up off the ground.
We would just lift
of vibrations.
Up rocks.
Yeah, you could do that
big
too.
Rocks. You lift up a big rock or somebody had a random cinder block in their yard.
Less efficient.
I mean, that'll get you like 1 worm, 2 worms. But if you really want to get like some night crawlers, you got to fling the fork, baby. But back to the beer. So
all right.
Sounds dirty.
Oh, it's so good. I really enjoyed this beer. It had a pretty decent head when I poured it, but it fizzled out quickly.
Yes.
It's a pretty peachy yellow tone color.
Very nice color.
It smells like passion fruit to me.
Yeah, on the schnoz, I get like sugared or candied fruits, like candied passion fruit kind of smell.
Agree.
Tongue jobber, very similar.
So I was just gonna say it totally follows the aroma. It's just nice, nice smooth mouthfeel. A delicious beer, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know that I get guava necessarily. That's in the description, but big flavor of candied fruits, of the passion fruit. Maybe like, I don't know. I don't want to say pineapple's not like mango or something else tropical in there.
Right.
I'm getting, and it's very candied flavor.
I agree because when I was sniffing it, I'm like, there is a candy that this smells like, but I cannot nail what that candy is. It's not necessarily, I don't know. Maybe it is gummy worms.
Maybe a specific
very
brand
candy.
of gummy worms. Yeah. The other thing is the mouthfeel, very low alcohol burn for a dippa, and the mouthfeel is so soft. It really drinks like a pale.
Yes,
it's pretty
it
dangerous
does.
at 9%.
And I was a little surprised that it wasn't a pale because the gummy worms is a hazy pale. So I thought this would just be.
They fucking jumped the shark there, or not the shark, but the fence, and went straight to double. Yeah,
they just went hard on this one and made it a dippa. But it feels so smooth on. Yeah, I could drink several of these and no problem.
Yeah.
And this is Flex's wheelhouse, 9%. This is, for me, this is a nightcap. I'm done. I'm toast.
Good night, everybody.
Show's almost over.
We can hear it in your voice.
Can you? Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's see if we can hear it in my reading. Let's do a little news before we get out of here. Creature Comfort CEO is going to be switching. They're switching CEOs. Chris Herron, the current, is stepping down. Adam Beauchamp is taking over. The CEO transition was announced to employees during a company-wide town hall. Herron had served as the CEO role since Creature Comfort's founding in 2014. He will serve in an advisory role during the transition. See how that goes. In Flex's hood, Lakefront is going to acquire Public Craft following their bankruptcy filing.
Huge. And they're not changing the name or anything. They're just...
Nope, they're going to operate it as a separate entity. They'll still be Public Craft, still have their same spot, all that good stuff.
Lakefront was right next to us, Greg, at GABF, huh? I thought that was kind of cool. They had
that good margarita beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a margarita goza or something like that. I had that.
Rita.
Yeah, I had that many a times.
Yeah, super good.
Very good.
Yeah. Speaking of GABF, the Brewers Association says they're pulling back GABF sessions to 3. They're eliminating one of the Saturday events, and they're allowing brewers to pour RTD cocktails.
Oh, dangerous.
Yeah, I could read all the details and whatnot, but that's the gist of it.
Yeah.
Have a session on Thursday night, Friday night, and now Saturday from noon to 4:30.
So now, is there a category for RTD cocktails? Is that a thing?
No, they're also not going to categorize everybody by state. It used to be, or by region. It used to be like by region, and you're like, oh, here's the Midwest, and here's all the breweries from the Midwest, like all 18 from North Dakota. But now they're not going to.
20.
Oh, that's right. All 18 that we didn't know about from North Dakota. They're going to do it alphabetically now, grouped by experience area of their choice. The areas will be a sports themed area, a beer garden theme, a beer and beyond themed area, a backyard / live music area, which is kind of where Neck Nosh was parked the last time.
Yeah, I would not do that spot again.
And they're also going to have a Halloween themed area since it's taking place in October.
Hey, that's a fun thing to do.
Oh,
yeah.
I love Halloween. Yeah,
so
it says Ann Obenchain did this too. She's the one who made an order for me a few years ago. That's interesting. And that they're cutting Saturday night out. That kind of sucked. Actually, I thought Saturday night would be like the party time, but I remember it kind of being like the fizzle because everybody had ran out.
Yeah, I remember Saturday night was probably the slowest of all the sessions because everybody had run out of beer or had run out of steam and wasn't drinking as much. I think it's honestly, I think it's a good idea. I think there were too many sessions last year when we were there. What was your busiest sales wise session? Was it the Saturday morning one?
Friday night when you and Sterling and all them went to dinner.
Oh yeah.
We could not keep up Friday night. And then Saturday morning wasn't too bad. You were there. It wasn't too bad. But Saturday
morning was pretty busy. That was Saturday morning was the one that Shannon and I sold some pretzels for a while.
It was the members only one, and they were pretty. It was pretty steady then. But Saturday night, which I had originally remembered as like the party time, whatever. I don't know if it evolved because that was pre-COVID or whatever. This year I was like, ooh, this kind of sucked. Everyone was out of beer. The kind of mood was like a little more grumpy and down. The music sucked. The whole thing was like,
let's be honest, a lot of the music sucked.
A lot of the music sucked, and we were right across from it, and it was blasting. So
I remember trying to sell pretzels and trying to hear people talking and like taking their orders and whatnot, and all I could hear was the fucking shit band playing 20 feet away.
Yeah, it'd be like a trombone or something. You're like, what the hell?
That's a huge mood killer. It's just shitty music.
Yeah. We're there to party and drink beer, and it's like, what the fuck are you playing?
Yeah.
Just get some cover bands in there.
Yeah, they needed something a little more. There was one night where the jams were really
if you're doing an event like that, don't play original shit.
No.
Like nobody wants to hear that.
Play stuff people can sing to or dance to or whatever. Like stuff people know.
Yeah, if it includes a trombone, it's probably just not a good idea.
Unless your name is Trombone Chody, we don't want to hear it.
Okay. Trombone Chody.
He's from New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
Trombone Short. He's a trombone player. He's good. He did a song with the Foo Fighters.
All right.
So yeah, I'm all for it. I thought the Saturday night session was kind of lame. That was my first trip to GABF, and I was like, really? Like I thought it was going to be a party, and it was not a party. It was like a.
Yep.
So and the members session Saturday morning was surprising. I thought it'd be a little nerdier than it was.
It wasn't.
I think people were the shittiest at that session. Like they got the drunkest.
Which is crazy because it started early. So it's almost like they went to like mimosa brunch and like then rolled into GABF and they were already toasted.
Probably what happened.
Yeah, they probably did. Yeah.
Because nothing says smart like pre-gaming a beer festival.
Oh, Totally. Like there's not enough to offer. It's like they may run out. Which,
Right. Well, actually,
to be honest, it did happen in the evening, but still.
Well, every session. So I think they were told to bring like, 1 keg of each beer per session.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, every session, like Radiant and Pure and all these really good California breweries that we kept trying to go over and hit, they'd be tapped out of their really good kegs within a half an hour. And every session they had a new fresh keg of it.
Yeah.
But
shit.
Yeah, California really represented.
Oh, they did. They had all the good beers. It's kind of made like it's a good way to really see what's out there, and you're like, oh man, we're killing it. And then Wisconsin, of course. What?
Like Front had a great setup.
Yeah,
and
they did.
I think that was only Wisconsin brewery though.
Yeah, there's not too many that head out there.
Yeah, it was
like
just
there's
funny.
no Eagle Park, none of the ones I wanted to see there.
No, it was literally the closest one to us, I think, though, Greg. Right? Wasn't it like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
It was
at
right
least
behind the Neck Notch
6
booth.
times. Yeah.
Greg had to send me a selfie of being in front of it. I thought that was neat.
I took a picture in front of it with Mini Flex.
Yeah, I think I was drunk there. Well, you guys know Flex me a beer. No, just kidding.
Sorry, you may know him as Mr. A Beer.
Mr. A Beer.
Yeah.
I have to. Hey, I gotta do this. I went up to the Sam Adams booth and someone recognized me because I was part of their entrepreneurial thing a year or two ago. And they were like, oh, she's part of the Sam Adams, blah, blah, blah. Can we take a picture with her? I was like, that was kind of cool. Like,
that
is cool.
I don't know. Like,
I like that.
All right. I just came to get a beer and see what they had. But
Right.
Good for you. That's awesome.
that was fun. It was
good.
some good moments there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, real quick. Anchor, we talked about last week, the sale of Anchor. The price of just the real estate has been revealed. They won't reveal the price of everything, but initially the real estate was listed at $40 million, and apparently they got quite the deal. The 2.1 acre property in Potrero Hill neighborhood sold for $9.9 million. The other spots nearby, the real estate had been broken up into 4 lots and then sold into 2 separate deed transactions for about $4.95 million each. So roughly $20 million, about half off.
Yeah,
So,
for the
wow.
Bay. I mean, I don't know how they're not 2.1 acres. I mean,
Seems like a good deal for San Francisco.
it
All I know
kind of
is
does.
They better have some Chobani yogurt as snacks
They're going to do a collab.
behind
Yeah.
the bar.
Kind of like a kombucha thing, but with like
Uh,
yogurt.
They're like, yeah, like use our cultures in the yogurt to brew beer.
Dry cultured IPA or
Oh,
you know,
sick.
sounds disgusting.
I'd
And we'll
try.
end it with this one. A Canadian woman was diagnosed with auto brewery syndrome. You know, we've talked about the whole thing where like you eat bread and you get drunk if you have auto brewery syndrome.
What?
We've talked about this in the past. Like one guy ever has been diagnosed with it. Well, now a Canadian woman has been diagnosed with the auto brewery syndrome. A woman who repeatedly presented to the hospital with symptoms resembling alcohol intoxication, including slurred speech and extreme daytime sleepiness, was eventually diagnosed with a rare condition called auto brewery syndrome. Over 2 years, she visited the emergency department 7 times, often being told she was drunk despite insisting she had never consumed alcohol. Each time, elevated levels of alcohol were found in her blood and on her breath. Over 2 years, the female patient visited the emergency department complaining of extreme daytime sleepiness and slurred speech. She had been on several antibiotic courses for recurrent urinary tract infections alongside a proton pump inhibitor to reduce the amount of acid in her stomach.
Gotta look out for those protons.
They're crazy. Despite not drinking alcohol, the woman also had elevated blood alcohol levels and alcohol in her breath. Eventually, an emergency doctor suspected the ABS, and she was treated with antifungal medication and advised to follow a low-carb diet. This treatment significantly improved her condition. However, her symptoms recurred when she reintroduced carbs into her diet, necessitating a return to low-carb regimen to manage her symptoms. And she was diagnosed with auto brewery syndrome.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's like 2 people now. Once again.
She's got to be from Dildo, Canada.
Oh,
That's the
Dildo
only
Bay.
explanation.
Yeah.
She wishes.
Don't we all?
What a crazy disease.
I know. Wouldn't it be nice to be such a cheap date? Just have a slice of bread and you're hammered.
Dang.
Don't go to the Cheesecake Factory because you will probably get alcohol poisoning.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We'll go out in a
That
stretcher,
fucking bread, sign
Oh.
me up.
but you'll have a good ass time.
Look, Cheesecake Factory, mostly garbage, but that bread,
That bread. That's what I'm saying.
My God.
Yeah.
So good. So
It's the
good.
dark
So anyways.
brown bread, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the one. Yeah.
That's the one.
And they sell it at the store. It's not even, I don't think
they
it's
do?
even close. Yeah,
Oh,
they
I've
do.
never
I've
seen
seen it.
No, it's got to be fresh and covered in just
And
cholesterol
warm.
inhibiting butter.
And then, yep.
So good.
And then you're
So good.
full, and then your plate comes out, and you're like,
You have to like
"Oh,
hibernate
what did I
the
do?"
butter in the bread though, because they give you like the cold butter packets, which is
Yeah.
fucking. Can we just talk about how fucking stupid it is
Right.
for any place that serves bread to give you cold butter packets?
Yeah.
As
Oh, I know.
hard as a rock.
Take that shit out an hour early.
Oh, I'm still traumatized from the time my mom like put it in her bra, and I didn't see her do it.
Hey,
We're all out to dinner.
What's your mom up to? What's her name?
Yeah, right. How's your mom?
Flex has a real hankering for butter now.
Yeah, right. Oh, anyways, it was like we did a ladies' weekend, all the women in our family, and like we're out to dinner, and my mom whips like a pat of butter out of her bra, and I was like, "What, Mom? What you doing?" She's like, "Hey, I knew it was gonna be cold, and I needed to warm it up." Like, I had no idea.
Hey, Mom, is it cold in here, or do you just have a butter packet under your titty?
It's like no further questions.
Wow. That's a new one.
No, I just have a butter packet under my titty. Yeah.
Like, oh, well, it looked like it.
Okay. All right.
All right. So
Mom
that's what
likes
you do.
what she
Just
likes.
stick it in there, Flex. You got some pecs. You could just boop boop.
I feel like that's a good way to end it on.
Yeah.
Greg, why don't you hit some music?
Yeah, I think you're right. What better way to end this show than Flex's
Oh.
pecs, boop, boop. Speaking of which, hi, Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa.
Oh,
They don't need to do that in Florida. They just
no, not
No,
necessary.
you don't.
Not
Boob butter need not apply in
Need
Florida. Anyways, Vanessa's going to be out here shortly.
She
I
is. Oh,
cannot
yeah. We
wait.
just worked up an itinerary. She's coming this way.
Yeah, Coley sent me what Vanessa just sent her, and it was like, oh, we have a lot of breweries to drink when she's here.
She's a 1 hour per brewery kind of gal. And
All
I
right.
didn't know that, but on my agenda, that's what I had. She's like, I love you. Like, all right, let's do this.
We're going to make it happen. We are going to fucking hydrate. So cannot wait for that. All right. Anyways, craftbeerrepublic.com. Follow us all at Craft Beer Republic, at FlexMeBeer_ in between. And of course, at Necknosh LLC _ in between, or necknosh.com for all your pretzely goodness. 805-538-BEER 2337 if you want to leave a voicemail. I think that's just about everything. I hope everyone out there is staying very well hydrated.
And on that note,
Good night, everybody.